Hi guys, I got a little card video for you. What I had to go through to watch the video for this card. I'm surprised I made it. All it was her trying to sell stuff and codes and sales and prices and item numbers and then there was an ad like every 2 minutes. That's why I won't ever be affiliated with any company, I swear. And her measurements were wrong. So we'll see how this card turns out. It is called a double door pop-up. And I'm going to go by my measurements. And I'm just going to flip you down. Let's see. Push it back. There. That ought to be good. So, to start off with, you're going to need a piece of paper, cardstock, that is 5 3/4 by 5 1/2. And I've already done some of the stuff. And on the 5 3/4 side, you're going to want to score at 1 1/2 inches. And then if you want to if you've got a fancy edge die, you can do a fancy edge. If you want to round your corners with a corner punch, that's totally up to you. And you're just going to want to fold that over and give it a good burnish. Then you're going to want 2 pieces of cardstock that are 1 1/4 by 5. And you're going to want to go to the 1 1/4 inch side, and you're going to want to score in half at 5/8 on both pieces. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to stick it at 1 1/2, make a mark, and make a mark. And you're going to do the same on this one. Place it at 1 1/2, make a mark, and make a mark. And then on both of these, you're going to go from your 1.5 mark to your opposite corner, just like that, and you're going to score. And then you're going to turn it around, and you're going to do the same thing. And I don't know if you can see, but you're going to have an X. And you're going to want to do that on both pieces. Then you're just going to want to fold and varnish. And since this is your mechanism, the more you work your paper, the better you are. So we folded that. Now we're going to fold on that score line, and we're going to fold on that score line. And we're going to fold it back. And fold this one back. So you've broke your papers in. Good. Okay, now what you're going to want to do on this score line, you're just going to cut up to that halfway score line in the middle. And then you're going to cut right up that middle score line. So this is what you have. And we better fold this one. Okay. Score it that way. And varnish it that way. Then take this one. Burnish it, fold it over, burnish it again, so you've got it worked in, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to cut from your score line right to your middle point, and then you're going to cut right up the center, just like that. And that's the way that they're going to go on your card. So what you're going to do is you're going to fold that score line over, and then you're going to fold that little triangle over. So you fold it over, and fold that little triangle over. And you want your little triangle there we go. And you're going to want the little triangle to go there on the end edge of your card. Okay, so now we'll fold this one over and fold that over. Okay, and we're going to turn it so it's like that, and we're going to fold it over, and then we're going to fold that little triangle over. Just like that. So there. I don't know if you can see, but the littlest triangle is on this side of your card, the outside. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to put glue on the end piece here. And you're going to want that point so it doesn't interfere with that closing, and you're going to want it flush with your edge of your card. And you're going to just want to stick that down. And I forgot to cut mine that way. So I have a little hang off, but we just got rid of that. And then you're going to take your other one and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put glue on this side. And I'll have a hang off on this one too. Just gonna line that up with the side of your card. Make sure that your point doesn't interfere with your card closing. And just press that down. And I'm just going to trim off the little piece I forgot to cut going that way. Okay. So now you got that. So you're going to take this little triangle right there, and you're just going to put glue on that little triangle and glue on this little triangle. And you're just going to shut the top of your card down. Give it a good varnish. And just let that dry for a minute. Then you're going to need 2 pieces. Make sure I cut these. Yep, I did. I cut them right. You're going to need 2 pieces that are 2 by 3 and a half. And I do believe I cut these to be the same because I didn't want to leave a border. So I cut mine 2 by 3 and a half. If you wanted a border around them, you could come down your 1/4 of an inch. And all we're gonna do while that is drying we can glue on our doors, or decorate our doors. So there's one door. And we'll just put this on. And I got just a hair bit of hang off here. So I'll just trim that off. So there's my doors. And I had a window sticker, and all I did was cut it in half, because that's what I want to go to decorate my door. So, and that was the only real sticker that I found, or piece that I was looking for. That was the only one that I found. Out of everything I wanted, this was the only thing I found. So I just grabbed other stickers, and I'm just lining that up. And I'll line this one up after I get it glued. Okay. Almost got that on. And I'll just there. So now I have my doors decorated. I'm happy with them. And then you're going to want this piece is gonna depend on how you do your edge. So with the edge that I used, I cut a piece of printed paper that was 1 1/8 by 5 1/2 to put right there on my roof. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick this right there like that. For my roof. Okay, and you're going to need 2 pieces that are 1/2 inch by 4, and those are going to go right there on each side. So we'll glue these on. And you just stick them right on there. Like so. And we'll stick this piece right there, like that. Now you're going to need a piece that is 8 by 3 3/4, and with the 8-inch side at the top of your scoreboard, you're going to score at 4. And we're just gonna varnish on that line, and I'm going to decorate it. I just picked a lace cutout I had, and going to be a kid again and glue my hand. Best way to glue these. Really, really is. And I'm just going to center that on there, just like that. And I'm just going to take one of these stickers. Oh, that was a lucky drop. Well, maybe not that lucky of a drop. And I'm just going to stick that in the center. Will he fit there? Yep. And I'm just going to take this butterfly sticker and try and peel it. Here we go. And I'm just going to make sure he's not going to hang off. And I'm just going to stick him on there like that. And actually I can get this out of my way because it'll be a lot better. Then I'm going to open this up. And I do have a popsicle stick. And I'm just going to take one of these rub-ons and center that right there. And make sure that I have got it rubbed well. And hopefully I do. And we'll see here. Nope. It's a tough little rub-on. Okay, now let's see. Why are you giving me such a hard time? I'm about ready. I'm pushing so hard. I'm about ready to break the popsicle stick. And I know it don't have the backing on it. There we go. How did we do? Boy, oh boy. Not a cooperative rub-on. Okay. That looks good. Let's try a different angle. Okay. Hopefully got it this time. Finally, ta-da! There. Finally got the little happy birthday on there. Holy cow. Slide that back in there so they don't stick to anything. After all that rubbing, I don't see how they would stick to anything. Okay, so now we take this piece and you can use glue, you could use double-sided tape, whatever, but for this, glue is your best bet because it's going to give you wiggle room. And with this card you do actually wiggle room is your best friend. Okay. So now our card is dry. So we're just going to center that right in there and give it a good press down. Okay, and we'll just shut that up. Okay, now we're going to take our little doors and we're going to glue them to this flap. So we'll just do this. And you can see why I say putting the doors on till last. And you're just going to line, make sure that your doors are not on your score line and they are level with the bottom of your card. And just make sure that that's pressed down good. Okay, and then we're going to take our other door and we're just going to put glue on this side. Like that. Gotta. And then we're just going to do the exact same right here. We're going to make sure it's not on our fold line and it's lined up straight with the bottom of our card. Just like that. I'm going to shut it down. Make sure that it's stuck real good. Yep, they're good. Okay, now let's see. What could I do? Let's put that going up there. That looks nice. Those are kind of big. Let's see. What do I got? One of these would look nice. We could, no, I'm going to save that for a minute. Okay, and then you're going to want to cut yourself. You can use a die cut, you can use a tag, whatever you want. And you're just going to attach it right there in the middle. And I'm going to use where are they? I'm going to use a brad. Let's see. Where might I want that? That. There's my little ruler. Two and a half and 2 1/2 is 5, and it's 5 1/2, so 3 right about there is center. Okay. That looks good. So, here's my pencil, and I'm just going to do me a little dot. Get my pokey tool. Poke a hole through there. And you know I didn't get my finger because I didn't say ow. So I'm just going to line them holes up. And I'm going to poke that brad through. And then I'm just going to open that brad up. Put it down flat and really press it down hard. that side needs something. Oh no. Know what I got here. Something that don't look way too big. Let's see. I think, yeah, I'll just cut this like this. And like that. And around my edges there. Okay. Peel that off. No, don't stick yet. There we go. There, that evens it out a little bit more. And even though that does have sticky on it, I am going to add a little extra glue and just put that right there. Okay, so there's your card. And you lift this up, and you see when you lift this up, your door's open. And then you open up your little card. And then when you shut it, your door's shut. So, there's all there is to that little card. And see? So now it's just letting that dry. So, I hope you enjoyed. If you make one, please post it in the group. And if you ever have any questions, always ask. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a good night or rest of your day. And I'll see you guys Monday night in the group for our craft along. Okay, bye-bye.